He is known for countering mechanical and materialistic views of nature in his true intellectual system of the universe. He is recognized for introducing the idea of the plastic life of nature, a formative principle containing substance, laws of motion, and design in the natural world. His name is Ralph Cudworth. In the Age of Reason or Enlightenment, philosophers grappled with the role of nature and its relationship to spirituality and materialism. It was a time when the prevailing views either presented a personal deity intervening in creation or an ancient pantheism that saw divinity pervading all things. However, Ralph Cudworth, a philosopher of the time, challenged these mechanical and materialistic perspectives in his work, The True Intellectual System of the Universe. Cudworth introduced the concept of the plastic life of nature, a formative principle that encompassed both substance and the laws of motion. He believed that nature possessed a nisus, a direction that accounted for design and purpose in the natural world. Inspired by the Cartesian idea of the mind as self-consciousness, Cudworth saw God as consciousness itself. He examined various forms of atheism throughout history and argued that they misunderstood the principles of life and knowledge. For Cudworth, nature could not be unconscious, as all atheistic approaches suggested. He posited that the ultimate source of life and meaning must be self-conscious and knowledgeable. He viewed nature as a vegetative power endowed with plastic and spermatic forces, but always connected to a universal mind or logos. Cudworth rejected the notion that matter was self-active and self-sufficient, emphasizing the control of the plastic power by the divine. His concept of a general plastic nature of the world, with both universal and particular plastic natures, served as inward principles of growth and motion. This idea, rooted in the Platonic tradition, acknowledged the harmonious coexistence of opposing elements. Cudworth's plastic principle also extended to the theory of mind, asserting that God, or the supreme mind, gave rise to individual mind and reason. He challenged determinism and emphasized the self-determination of the voluntary will. Cudworth's philosophical ideas laid the foundation for a concept of self-awareness and identity that is self-directed and autonomous. His work bridged the Cartesian dualism of body and soul, providing a framework for understanding the relationship between psyche and soma. His exploration of nature and consciousness continues to inspire thinkers and shape philosophical discourse to this day. Ralph Cudworth Sr., the father of the renowned philosopher Ralph Cudworth, was a man of great learning and religious influence. Educated at Emmanuel College, Cambridge, he immersed himself in the teachings of Reformist, Puritan, and Calvinist beliefs. As a result, he became a prominent figure in the development of Puritan ministry and contributed significantly to the emigrant ministry in America. After being ordained in 1599 and elected to a college fellowship, Cudworth Sr. was deeply influenced by William Perkins, a renowned theologian of the time. In 1602, he succeeded Perkins as the lecturer of the parish church of St. Andrew the Great in Cambridge. His dedication to his work led to him being awarded the degree of Bachelor of Divinity in 1603. Cudworth Sr. furthered his scholarly pursuits by editing Perkins's commentary on St. Paul's epistle to the Galatians, adding his own commentary as well. His dedication to Robert, 3rd Lord Rich, and Sir Bassingbourn Gaudy showcased his connections to influential figures of the time. These connections, through his marriage to Mary Matchell, brought him even more important affiliations. Appointed as one of James I's chaplains, Cudworth Sr.'s mother-in-law was the sister of Sir Edward Lunor, a prominent Puritan figure in East Anglia. Mary's relatives, including Sir Nathaniel Rich and Dame Margaret Roth, were influential promoters of colonial enterprise in New England. Ralph and Mary settled in Aller, Somerset, where their children were christened over the following years. Despite his dedication to his work, Cudworth Sr. faced challenges due to the aguish climate of Aller. Nonetheless, he continued his studies and worked on a comprehensive survey of case divinity, focusing on the cases of conscience in family, church, and commonwealth. His dedication to scholarship was recognized when he was awarded the degree of Doctor of Divinity. Sadly, Ralph Cudworth Sr. passed away in Aller, leaving behind a nuncupative will. His final moments were witnessed by Anthony Earberry and Dame Margaret Roth, who were present during his declaration. The legacy of Ralph Cudworth Sr. as a learned and influential figure in religious circles laid the foundation for his son's philosophical pursuits. Ralph Cudworth, a renowned philosopher, was born in Aller, Somerset, where he was raised in a household deeply influenced by Calvinism. After the death of his father, Dr. John Stoughton, a prominent figure in the community, became the new head of the family. Dr. Stoughton took great care in the education of his stepchildren, providing them with what Ralph later referred to as a diet of Calvinism. Ralph's upbringing in this theological tradition had a profound impact on his intellectual development. His letters to Dr. Stoughton and his older brother, James Cudworth, revealed his deep understanding and acceptance of Calvinist teachings. When Ralph enrolled at Emmanuel College, Cambridge, Dr. Stoughton considered him to be as knowledgeable and well-grounded in scholastic learning as any other young scholar. As the family moved to London, Dr. Stoughton took on a new role as a curate and preacher at St. Mary Aldermanbury. Meanwhile, Ralph's brother James chose a different path, getting married and eventually emigrating to the Plymouth colony in New England. Tragedy struck the family when Ralph's stepmother, Mary Machell Cudworth Stoughton, passed away in the summer of 1634. Dr. Stoughton then married the daughter of John Brown of Frampton and Dorchester. Ralph Cudworth's early exposure to Calvinism and his rigorous education laid the foundation for his philosophical pursuits. His studies would shape his understanding of divinity, morality, and the nature of knowledge. The influence of his upbringing in Calvinism can be seen throughout his philosophical works, where he delves into the complexities of religious belief and the search for meaning in life.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.